Well, I know, I was gonna get another pen.
Oh. We're good.
Everybody got their agenda?
So is the mayor here?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I didn't get a memo or a text.
You been up here? No.
I know he's not in the building.
No, he's not here.
in the building.
No,
Okay.
he's not here now.
Okay. So it's 1:02. We're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the June 9th meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Who was the motion?
Heather and Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So, I wanna read to you, we have a proposal from Next Gen Activity Center. Caitlin Cole, who's a community member and runs, an activity center outside of the edge of town here, wanted me to present this, so I'm just gonna read it verbatim, okay? Dear members of the Mt Sterling Committee, on behalf of Next Gen Activity and Care Center, I would like to respectfully request the approval to plant a tree within the village of Mt Sterling as a community enrichment project for our local children and families. Our vision is to create a meaningful, hands-on experience where each child has the opportunity to participate by adding a small shovel of dirt or helping water the tree during the planting ceremony. By allowing every child to contribute, we hope to instill a sense of ownership, accomplishment, and pride in their community. We want each participant to leave knowing their effort helped create something lasting and beautiful in the village. In the future, we would also like to add a commemorative plaque recognizing the planting date and celebrating the children and community members who helped make the project possible. This tree would serve not only as a symbol of environmental stewardship, but also as a living reminder of the importance of community involvement. We believe this project will generate excitement among local families while fostering a deeper connection between our children and the place they call home. As the years pass, the tree will grow alongside the children who helped plant it, becoming an environmentally friendly time capsule they can revisit throughout their lives. It will provide an opportunity for future reflection, allowing them to share memories of their childhood, their community, and the role they played in helping something flourish. Our hope is that this tree will become a source of community pride for years to come, a lasting symbol of growth, unity, and investment in Mt Sterling's future. Thank you for your consideration of this request. We appreciate all that the committee does to support and enhance the community, and we would be honored to partner with the village on this meaningful project. Sincerely, Next Gen Activity Care and Center, and that's 15700 US 62 Mt Sterling. Okay, so with that said, I guess we can discuss our ideas of, like, I would assume that we want to let her move forward this. I can't speak for everybody, but sounds like it's a really good cause and very eloquent writing there and things, but obviously once we approve it at this level and maybe decide a place, then we'll have to send it to council in 2 weeks and make sure they approve it going in the ground. And actually, we'll have a meeting. She told me the days that they wanted to plan it because it's like a community give back week or something like that. I believe the next council meeting is that like on the
27th.
7th. So I think they're planting, the dates they want to plant it are between the 27th and like the 30th or something. So it would give them time to still do it. So what are everybody's thoughts on this?
Do they need a tree?
Well,
Do they need the mulch? Do they need a stick? Do they need a bag? Do they need all that?
My biggest concern would be planting in late July, would be making sure that they have a watering plan, or someone has a watering plan. Because that is going to be critical, especially for a freshly planted tree. And I'd guess it's probably going to be containerized, and if they want someone to come up and assist with planting, as long as I don't have anything scheduled, I'd be more than happy to come up and assist and make sure that, what they're putting in the ground is going to survive long term. But yeah, the watering would be my biggest concern.
yeah, because we, as a committee, aren't starting our planting till fall, and for that reason, a lot is for that reason. So, but the dates, the parameter of the dates they want to do it, like I said, is the last few days of July, so that would definitely need to be a point of emphasis. I know we have some trees. I can't answer your question, Heather, as far as do they have a tree, do they have the mulch, do they have a watering bag? can't answer those questions, I can definitely ask her. I know she was at COSI with the same group today until after 3, but I can definitely ask her. And, what I was gonna say about the watering, what's it called?
Bag, yeah.
Bag. You know, I know we have some, but they're on other trees. I don't know if we have any that are not being
You can always
used.
use, you know, you can always take a couple of 5-gallon buckets and drill small holes in the bottom and do the same thing.
Just set them out there.
Yeah, you know, a lot of folks will like, you know, put a zip tie around the tree, you know, through the handle around the tree, just to make sure the 5-gallon buckets don't walk off.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody, you can never have enough 5-gallon buckets. It doesn't matter how many you have.
Right.
You always need more.
With holes in them and all.
So they will, you know, or any kind of buckets, you know, kitty litter, you know, anything like that can be used with some small holes in the bottom to accomplish the same thing at a cheaper cost.
So, I guess I don't know that much about planting trees. Do you set these buckets, do you put the tree inside the bucket or right beside? the
No,
tree?
you would plant it, and then you would mulch it, and then they would sit on top of the mulch. And essentially, the point is, so you get a slow, deep watering. Because, like, you know, yards, you can water them every day, give them fast, quick water, not a problem. But, you know, trees have much deeper roots than grass does.
Yeah.
So you need to get that water down deeper.
I've always wondered where that solar panels are. There's tons and tons of trees, and they have buckets all over the place. And I'm like, why are there buckets out there? Now I know.
Yep.
So where do they want to plant this tree?
Well, I think they want us to kind of decide that. I don't,
Well, is this the church or not the
yeah, the
church?
hexagon, like,
Wouldn't they want to plant it on there, plant it there? But that's not in the village, is it?
It's not.
it's not inside the corporation limits. And she did not ask that it go there. And maybe, you know, let's see here.
She's looking for a suggestion.
It says we want approval to plant a tree within the village of Mount Sterling, for local children and families. So I would guess that it's maybe not locked into out there, that maybe she wants it inside here somewhere. I mean, you know, we have the oldest tree section out there. We have, the park with lots of space, you know, there's benches that probably, you know, Michael Starr's bench out there, maybe they could plant it by that, or other along the walking path where we plan someday to have benches could be a good spot. I mean, I'm just throwing out some ideas, you guys chime in.
Yeah.
I'm totally for allowing it, but there's a lot of details
Okay,
as far as
yeah,
what we need to supply
okay.
or what they'll supply.
Well, how about this, since she's not able to reach right now, that, you know, at some point here, we'll vote to pass this along to council to approve it to happen. But in the meantime, maybe we can get all those
Gather the
details worked
information.
out.
Yeah.
You know, we have 13 days till the next council meeting, so I'm sure we could, get all that worked out. And if there's anything she needs, such as the watering system or a tree, then, but I'm guessing, just the way it's phrased to me, that she would have a tree. They want to plant a tree, like they wouldn't expect us to have a tree for them to plant. So, but again, there's good questions like, do they have the mulch? Do they have the watering?
Yeah.
But, a couple bags, one bag of mulch is more than enough. You know, that's something I'd be happy to donate if they don't have. I don't have a tree bag for watering, but I have some 5-gallon buckets. So, maybe we can commit as a committee to gather any supplements she might need for that tree. I know sometimes they need like a little stake, like Heather was saying. I think they're pretty inexpensive, aren't they? Like $10 or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's everybody's?
We also have, I mean, we do have our small tree nursery. Those are mostly saplings that have been in pots, some for a year, some
Yeah.
less. So if they did, I mean, we do have some saplings.
Yeah, if they didn't have a tree already.
But maybe we should, as a group, pick a location.
Yeah, that's what I'm anxious to hear what everybody thinks would be a good spot.
But was your concern, because you had mentioned that there was an issue with it being planted in July, is it just watering concerns?
That's the biggest thing,
Okay,
yeah.
so there's not, I mean, they can still plant it, obviously, if they chose to, but
Yeah,
to
I mean,
maintain
you
the
know,
water.
you look around, there's landscaping companies that are planting trees pretty much every day of the year. It's just, you know,
A commitment to watering.
you have to have that commitment, because if you don't, your likelihood of survival decreases very rapidly.
And it sounds like they would be maintaining it.
Well, I don't
Correct.
know.
Yeah.
That's another question that probably needs to be
That needs to
answered
be
is,
answered,
Yeah.
and that might be a good project for them, even
Yeah.
if they haven't committed to this point, to say, hey.
That's
we'd
what I
be
was
happy to-
asking is,
Yeah,
you
we'd
know,
be
who's
happy to
gonna-
do this, but could you bring the kids out
we need to be
once a week
watered,
to
you know,
water it or
yeah, once or
whatever?
twice a week.
Twice a week, yeah? Is that
Yeah.
what you think, about twice a week?
Depending on the size of the watering, you know, but yeah, I would say realistically, twice a week isn't gonna hurt it, so.
Yeah, and you think like 2 5-gallon buckets if we don't have a watering?
Yeah, I mean, if you did 10 gallons twice a week, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, if you can do 4 or 5 gallons twice a week, you'd be better off. And a lot of it depends on the size of the tree. You know, are we talking a 3/4 inch tree or are we talking a 2 inch tree?
Right.
Um,
I'm sticking
Because-
to my chair.
that, you know, greatly changes the amount of water that it
Water
needs.
Consumption, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's where, you know, again, depending on what they, you know, what their timing is, I'd be more than, you know, that, I think the only thing I have committed that week is Friday, I'm at the state fair. But other than that, I don't think I have anything that I can't shuffle around that week, so, if they wanted, you know, help,
They wanted you to come down?
I'd be
and-
more than happy to do so.
Okay.
So.
So is everyone,
Would they have transportation? I guess that would be my other question, is how many children do they have if they're gonna maintain the watering? Will they have to walk to the tree, the children?
Well, if they're at COSI, they have some sort of transportation.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is,
Is it-
you know, you don't want them to walk down 56 or 62 to, you know, plant a tree.
They have, right.
yeah,
They
I'm
have
sure, I mean.
I mean, I'm
Caitlin
just saying
will
that-
probably use a car and just drive them there.
But-
She said inside the village, there's sidewalks in the village.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not
Well, I just
doing
wanna-
it at Mason Park, I don't think.
Well, that's what that's what I was at.
huh?
I don't think Mason Park's a bad idea.
Mason
I
Park
don't-
is in the village, so it can be there.
So Mason Park's in the village,
Yeah.
but, okay,
That's
gotcha.
why I was
It's cut
asking.
up-
It's
It's
not.
cut up really weird.
Gotcha, sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I'm just saying there's no sidewalks to the Mason Park is my,
Right.
Right.
You would think they, I mean, this is the daycare center, right?
Yeah.
Where they would- So you'd think they'd want it there. It'd be so easy for the kids
Right.
to take care of it.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it
But-
grow.
Maybe she'll have
Exactly.
some thoughts of location.
And if that's the case, then you don't necessarily need to grant permission because it's on
Right.
private property
Right,
and it's outside village limits.
yeah. I think the idea behind it, again, when she first approached me with it,
Was that community
it's
day?
Summer Day Camp Community Week. Her upcoming Summer Day Camp Community Week is July 27th through the 31st. This is the week I was hoping to plant a tree in town, if this is still a possibility. So, I just,
Sounds like that's their way of like giving.
yeah, I think they want to give to the community of Mount Sterling.
the
And you're right,
community.
she's part of our community even outside the village, but I think it sounds like putting everything together, she wants it somewhere inside the village. So, maybe we can give her some options. Does anyone have a problem with her planting a tree in the village somewhere?
I don't have a problem with her planting a tree in the village by any means. I think in theory, it's an excellent idea, especially for the children. But we have a lot of viable places. You have the endpoints, we could plant a tree. You have even a space here in Town Hall, you could plant a tree. But before I take it to council, I'd get my ducks in a row. I
Absolutely.
wouldn't just half-ass take it to council
No,
and,
no, no.
you know.
We said we have the time from now
details
till then to
later.
get it all worked
Yeah,
out.
I would get everything worked out before I take it to council, but I think it's an excellent idea. And I do think you could get, even if each one of us donated supplies to them, it shouldn't cost anybody anything. We could all pitch in and donate supplies to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So then let's simply make a motion to allow her to plant a tree, and then we'll commit to, I'll make a motion to send it to council. And then, we'll work out all the details prior to that council meeting. And then, because of the timing, it will have to go to the next council meeting, that motion to allow her to do that. Or it wouldn't happen within her community week. So, I will make that motion to allow, her summer camp group to plant a tree within the village. Do I have a second?
I do.
Second by Cheryl, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, so we'll send that to council, Courtney, and we'll try to get all the details worked out prior.
And there may be a place at the southern tip, so they could see the tree from their location.
Yeah,
And
did
it
you
would
have
be
a
easier
dead
for
tree
them
down
to
at
get
that
to.
end, Courtney, that got removed recently?
A fir tree, yeah.
So, are you still needing another tree down at that end? That would be good, because it's across from their daycare and it's in the village. Is that something you would want there, is that?
Well, I would say you would probably get another fir tree. I mean, I'm just saying for aesthetic purposes. You know, it's probably not gonna grow as big as the current one is. I just would be concerned about the traffic and
Yeah.
crossing streets and things like that.
Getting the water over there.
Where is this?
At the
In the
point.
point by the car
Yeah.
wash.
Down by the
Okay,
quarters.
well, we'll talk to Caitlin about locations, and then we'll settle on something, or make sure, like I said, we'll take it to council, we'll
What
make
if,
sure.
what if we gave her like 3 options, like Mason Park?
The point. And if, sounds like maybe Town Hall Lawn?
Where in town hall were you suggesting it could
I'm,
possibly be?
I'm not suggesting a certain place in town hall.
Okay.
I'm just saying whatever is logical.
Okay.
But I'm not in favor of putting another tree at Mason Park for that.
Gotcha.
We're doing a lot of trees at Mason Park, it sounds like, so I'm not in favor of that.
Okay, so we'll give her a few options, and then we'll figure it all out, and then we'll send it to council.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. The next thing is fall tree planting. According just to Tree Commission's annual activities that Alistair gave us when we started this committee over 3 years ago, some of the June and July things you do on a committee like this is talk about your fall tree planting and tree care arrangements. And with us, the fall tree planting is gonna basically be our grant planting. So, did anyone have any more? I know, Cheryl, at the last meeting, you were gonna look to see if your store, the place you work for, has the caliber and size of trees and the variety of trees that we would want. And I believe you were gonna give us some names of some nurseries that we could also tap into. I'm calling you out.
I didn't know if you caught up on.
So did anyone have any information on?
We've got quite a bit of 1.5 to 2 inch trees and a nice diversity. I had hoped at this point to have gone through our fields. We're just redoing all our fields to do our tree planting for the season. We tore out probably 1/4 of everywhere that we plant on our tree farm, and are redoing all the tapes which we irrigate with and such. So now we're getting ready to move over there. I had hoped to have had more time at work, but we've been watering, and I'm down 3 people at the moment, and I just am there from damn near sunrise to sunset these days. And so, but there's quite a bit of things, and by next meeting I should come up with a list. I also want to talk to the owner about how he wants me to do things with this, so I can keep him happy at the same time, and he'll be more generous towards us.
Okay, great. And Robert, you had stated before that all these trees that get planted through this grant need to be a 1 to 2 inch caliber, no bigger than 2, correct?
Correct.
One's the smallest.
1 is the smallest,
Okay.
is what I had written down, but I had on here 1 1/4 to 1 1/2. I don't know if that was the ideal
I mean, you know, again, kind of depends on what you get, you know, what's available, but yeah, that 1 to 2 inch is kind of that sweet spot,
Gotcha.
so.
Have you been down to Cultivate this week?
I haven't been anywhere this week.
Okay. Columbus hosts an international trade show for the horticulture industry, and today's the last day for it. And I was talking to other nurseries that are based in Ohio to see what they had available and such too.
Okay.
So there's
So you
some
feel-
other options out there.
Okay. Do you feel confident though by the next meeting you could bring us a list?
I'll have a list.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you
As
can
long
make
as I'm
sure that that
alive.
list is all great things and.
Yeah, I mean, really, you know, as long as the, you know, the two big things we're looking for are site appropriate and maximizing canopy. So, you know, if you're planting in a large area, we don't want you to put in a tree lilac. You know, we want you to put in something that's gonna have a large canopy. So,
I have a question. Have we taken to council the quantity of trees and the placement of trees for approval?
We're not at that
Yes,
point yet.
yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, we got approval based on our plan that we gave at the park, exactly where the tree line, the canopy would go. We got approval for all that through council.
So council approved you to put X amount of trees at the front of the park?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what was written in the grant.
Okay.
But, like we all have talked about, you know, Robert stated at our last meeting, based on the amount of money we have, it will probably, we'll be talking about 40 to 60 trees in all, for the whole amount. So, again, we talked about dividing this up in 3 plantings, one this fall, one next spring, and one next fall, correct, Robert? And so, that's a way to keep it maintainable for us, for the guys that are gonna get the water bags on there, you know, they'll be in rotation, and then also that we can get reimbursed for our money, so the village won't be in any, you know, they won't have the whole 30,000 out of their pocket at one time. We'll get 10,000, we'll get it reimbursed, then we'll be ready for the same 10,000 for the spring planting, get it reimbursed. So ideally, we'll never have more than that, you know, a third of that out at a time, and then again, as far as the workload, it'll come in stages. It'll be gradual, not, you know, 40 to 60 trees at one time. So, yes.
Keep going, whatever you were
Oh.
saying.
No, no, you're good. Go ahead.
I'm just curious to talk with Jeff. He will need to be reimbursed. We have to take it through, just so I can explain to him how we're paying for these.
So,
Village paid it up.
the village will pay it up front.
Okay.
We won't need to wait on the state
The
to reimburse
reimbursement.
us. The village waits for the state.
Okay.
yeah, we have to have proof of payment in order to be able to reimburse. So you guys,
Perfect.
you know, will get paid on whatever the standard, you know, your standard terms are
I
with the
just wanted to
village.
have that correct,
Gotcha.
so I can share with him.
Good, good looking out.
Yeah. Now, with that said, Joyce, Robert has let us know that if we need to tweak placement, let's say originally we planned on 30 trees out there lining the park, and we get out there and we plant them and they need to be a little further apart, and we only use 20. Then we have some flexibility on where to put those other 20 trees that we have left. We can put them in different parts of the park, we can put them at the end of town, just like what we were talking about. So we have some flexibility to do other things, but basically, you know, we get that project completed and then we can, you know, figure out the rest, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Becky,
yes.
I talked to Jeff Pickens,
Uh-huh.
who has a tree farm down, it's on Williamsport address, but it's just outside of 5 Points.
56.
And he has done some work around town. He donated the trees to the community center out there.
Oh,
They're, I think, I forget what they're called, sugar maples. They have really a nice shape. And I asked him, you know, if we could work together. He also installs them. He's done one of the parks up in Grove City. Of course, now he was pushing the 2.5, and I said, I don't think we're allowed to go that big, but.
I'd have to double check, but I think 2 is the max.
Okay.
So,
And that's
So-
probably what he has on hand.
I'm sorry?
That may be what he has on hand. He hasn't been replanting, has he?
I don't know.
Okay, because he's been wanting to concentrate more on farming. Did he take you around his place?
I did not go down, I just
Okay.
talked to him.
Gotcha.
He invited me down, I said, well, I'll come down after the meeting. So I will try to get maybe a list from him of what he has
That'd be lovely.
available, because he asked me, how many? I said, well, we've got X number of dollars, how many can we get for that? You know, it's kind of a,
With planting.
yeah.
With the, and the tree bags, we gotta make sure we include everything in our total
Right.
goals. So
And
yeah,
if
that's
they're
awesome.
what we call field grade or landscape grade, would be important to know from Jeff too.
Okay.
So, okay.
I know we talked about Kurt Swaggerty possibly being able to fulfill the contract, so I guess I'd be interested to know, Jeff,
Just cost.
between Kurt,
Yeah, we can get different bids on
Yeah.
cost of installing them. I know Mary said she had a landscaper too that may be interested in
Mm-hmm.
putting, what did you say? You're not just getting away with,
Oh, yes, I have been researching landscape facilities and looking for bids also. But it's Arcelis out of Chillicothe.
Arcelis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think the more information
I'll
we
see if
have,
I-
the better.
yeah, there's a guy that, courthouse has used 2 contractors at this point, one of which they've had issues with, the other one they've had pretty good luck with, so I will see if I can hunt up the name for that fellow as well, and I think he supplied and planted,
Okay,
but I'm sure that he would be open to
sure.
just planting as well, so.
But, yeah,
Most of the communities are doing one contract for trees and planting.
So both.
But obviously you guys have an inside track for materials.
Well,
But-
it's just,
Yeah, no,
So
again,
we're
you know,
used to.
yeah.
Right.
But, you know, Chillicothe ordered all their material in themselves and then contracted the planted. So again, it's not that it's a problem, it's just, you know, a little different than most of the communities are doing it because they don't have that expertise and that knowledge, so.
it sounds though, it might be just easier, maybe more simple if the person who was supplying the trees put the trees in potentially. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what
Yeah.
Jeff has to say.
The other thing is, and you guys should have, if not I can forward it, is make sure that any of the planting that they're gonna be doing is planted according to our specs.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We already said we want you there, at least the
Yeah,
first few
but,
trees.
but when you're getting prices,
Yeah.
make sure that they know, you know, because
Okay.
what their standard planting is, you know, may only be $100, and they start looking at our specs and like, oh, this is gonna take us more time, you know, it's gonna be 150 or whatever, so.
Send the quote to you.
and
But
Just
putting,
to confirm.
I can send you all the specs, you know, and then that way, when you guys send out bids, you can, you know, trees must be planted according to the attached spec sheet.
that'd be great, yeah.
and it's pretty much called ANSI specs,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, our specs pretty much, you know, follow.
And that's like industry.
Yes, yep.
So who will you send that to? Courtney or?
I can send it to the whole
Oh, office, good,
group of you.
thank you.
That'd be great.
So, the last thing on the grant fall tree planting, Robert had relayed to us last month that mid-October is probably a sweet spot. So we need to try, like I said, by next meeting, which is August, we need to have our ducks in a row, so.
Get your trees ordered and,
Yes, get everything ordered and everything ready for October. Okay, then I had the oldest tree update on here. I can tell you that Kurt Swaggerty has been out there and doing some work. He initially tore down part of that hump, and then we relayed to him, well, the hump, as long as it's mowable, we want everything kind of knocked off. And there was a tree or two out there that we told him to salvage. I believe you and Ann had said this tree over here. Anyhow, maybe you can drive out there and look. I drove out there and looked today. The only thing I did notice is I think the water tower people are done, because there were no vehicles of theirs out there and their land was all flat and everything. But I thought someone had told me that there was a pile of millings mixed in with concrete and stuff that they wanted to use somewhere else and they were gonna move. It's still there. And then the pile of trash that they dug up from the other area that they put there beside the milling pile is still there as well. So we need to,
When did you go, did you
today.
recently out there? Okay.
today. So we need just some good communication about what the village or the people that built the water plant still intend to do. And if it's nothing, that's fine, then we can tell Kurt, you're gonna have to move this, you're gonna have to do that. But if it is they are going to move it, or the village wants it for another purpose, then we just need to know that too, so we can not have it moved. So, yeah, if you could maybe look into some of those answers, Courtney, that would
Yeah.
be awesome.
I can help.
And I did notice the village, mowed the field out there between the park and the tree. There still is the overgrown section where you come back the alley from 62. It's a strip probably 5 feet wide maybe, and it's definitely over waist high right now. I know Bill last summer like mowed it all with his push mower he brought out, and we weed eated it and stuff. And again, that's something, you know, if the village can do it, that's awesome. If they're absolutely not able to get to it, let us know, and then we'll have to rally the troops and see if we can do something again.
And where was that?
So you know where the sign is, where we put, so it's on 62, the road you would turn back to go to the water plant if you're just going down that little alley kind
Okay.
of thing.
So it's off of Main Street.
Columbus.
Okay.
Or Columbus.
It's hard to miss.
Okay.
I mean, the alley is not hard to miss, but the grass is not hard to miss.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then there's, so yeah, if anyone can get to that, and again, if not, let us know, and maybe we can pull some volunteers together or something for that.
Is milling sawdust?
No, millings is.
Ground
like
asphalt.
Asphalt,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But it's not just pure millings. There's a lot of concrete chunks and dirt and stuff mixed in. If it was a pile of pure millings, they probably would have snatched it up a long time ago and used it somewhere. But it's a kind of a dirty mix right now, but we were told at a meeting that the village had use for it. So
Cool.
I just wanted to know if they still do. And because, you know, before long, Kurt will be done with his part, and then we'll really have to start landscaping. So, you know, it will be important that those two piles are gone. And again, we can spread the one thing of millings if we need to, or if someone else needs to use it, that's fine too. Okay.
Is it pretty close to the tree where there might be some compaction moving it and stuff?
No.
Good.
It's
Cool.
up right next to
The new
rocky.
I mean,
road.
it's still within the root zone, but it's fairly far out. So it's
Gotcha.
probably 20 or 30 feet at least from the base of the tree out to the edge of the pile. So
Yeah. Okay. So again, yeah, if anybody wants to go out there and look at the tree and its comings along, it's definitely not done yet, but I'm very encouraged.
He's been trimming?
He has been, we did tell him no trimming on trees until fall, as far as dead branches and things, but he's been working, you remember how there was that big mound behind the tree? And there were all those random
Junk.
invasives.
invasives back there. Well, I would say he's got probably 80% of it gone. And, but he put the kind of little hump back because we told him we would like the hump to still be there kind of behind the tree, but to be more of just a mowable hill instead of an unmowable junk, trash,
Gotcha.
you know, invasive
Gotcha.
patch. So, that's coming along. I still don't know if he's came in and talked to you yet.
Is not.
Okay. Well,
To be paid.
yeah, but maybe because he thinks he's not done, and so, okay. And then, I have on here the budget. We did have our, we had a finance meeting today. The budget is gonna seriously start getting talked about next month. So if we have any requests or anything, we're gonna need to, you know, submit those.
I know we talked about the last meeting, if the guys still had this chainsaw that was potentially bought 2 years ago.
They do. I called Tom, who was the village administrator at the time, and asked if he remembered it. He vaguely did, but not 100%. So then I asked George, and he said yes, they did buy a chainsaw with that tree money, not this past year, but the year before, and they had it. So if we ever need it, I mean, it's village's property, obviously, but it is here, so we do have it.
Is there other, like,
Tool.
tree trimming equipment that will be needed once we have all these trees planted?
That's a good question to ask the guys. I know Andy remarks that they do tree trimming and stuff frequently. So.
Well, wouldn't it be like
To me.
10 to 20 years before you'd have to trim a tree?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
start.
no. Oh, I was wrong.
Robert will stop you there.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
So,
You're at our meeting, Mary, weren't you paying attention?
What meeting did I miss?
So-
That exciting conference.
Where you got a free lunch.
I was,
Doesn't know about that.
no.
So the ideal scenario is you start doing young tree trains within 3 to 5 years of planting.
Gotcha. So the chainsaw,
And just like, you know, we always say just like kids, you know, you don't have a baby and then let it go feral and then expect it to be a, you know, useful human being long term.
so can't let the trees be feral, got
Yeah.
it.
So, but you know, typically that, you know, when you're talking about, you know, young tree training, you're talking about, you know, hand saws, you know, hand pruners, loppers, you know,
Gotcha.
fairly
Gentle.
low, you know, low cost stuff. I mean, you know, you could get a set of all three of those for very easily under a couple $100.
Gotcha. But it would be 3 years. Like you don't plant the tree and then start trimming it.
Correct.
So we've got
Yeah.
3 to 5 years.
No, we'll just go and start plucking the leaves off of it. By hand. That'll be
I
free.
don't know, I saw you snipping a couple of young trees that were starting to grow the wrong root. What was that?
Yeah, so you can do some minor pruning at planting, and typically those are for major issues. You know, if you've got a big, you know, a very tight V crotch, or you've got girdling roots,
Yes.
that sort of issues you want to correct at planting. But typically you want to minimize your pruning at plant. You know, you think about it, when you transplant a tree, typically you're losing, you know, anywhere from, you know, 50+% of its root system. And that tree's energy, you know, the way it produces energy is leaves. So the more leaves that tree has, the better off it is.
Gotcha.
It's not hard to transplant trees than I thought it was.
It
I had done 4 in my yard, and they were great.
depends on the species and the site, and
Yeah.
sometimes dumb luck.
Good dirt. You must have good dirt.
It was, I was amazed. I was scared there for a minute, and then it seems like they came back.
Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised.
All right, so again, just something to think about. We definitely will need to get it, submitted, and usually, I think I heard the goal is like September to start working on the budget, no later than October. So I would say by our next meeting, if there's anything that we've run into or we're working on with this grant that we say, oh, we could use a little bit of money here or there, you know, just think about it, let me know, let us know. All right, and then, the last thing on the, I didn't have them last meeting and I brought them today, our Tree City Award stuff. So we have some updates, and, Courtney, you tell me if you want me to go out and put these things on, or if you want me to pass them on to you and the guys do it, but these are like, these are for the
Yeah.
signs.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And
They can
then-
put those up.
Okay.
And then the rest of the stickers are just kinda swag.
And these are just swag we can put anywhere? Okay. And then, I think that might go on our plaque.
Yes.
That we already have. So the plaque, I believe, is still sitting out in the lobby. Can we hang it somewhere?
I'm sure, yeah.
Okay. So do I have to get council permission to hang it, or?
No,
just
because it's already out there. I
hang it?
mean,
Okay. All right, so I'll make sure that that gets hung. And then I know at the last meeting also, we talked about the fact that our, flag had some issues. So Bill,
And I don't know who suggested this, but because they have a quilting group out at the community center. Pat Danaway, not sure how you pronounce her last name, but she was kind enough to do that for
They
us.
fixed it?
And to fix the
Oh,
flag.
nice.
That's so nice.
You said Pat Dunaway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Okay.
you.
yeah, Pat, she lives right there beside where my old building was in the duplex right here on London Street.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, I mean, she did a great job, and she said if you need any more, let her know.
okay.
Because I talked to her then also about the American flags, especially our big one out here, because it gets kind of expensive, so when it gets a little bad, she says, she can do her magic on that,
great.
so,
Yeah, Betsy Rossett.
I don't know, do we
Can we
put?
pass that along to you too?
Yep,
Courtney?
I'll take them all, and the guys can hang them up.
Okay,
Yep.
Where does that live? At the park?
you want to?
Yes.
It can't be bigger than the flag that's already out there, the American flag.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know the
it's
rules on that.
smaller than.
Yeah, the
American flag.
rules are that nothing can go out below the American flag that's bigger than that flag.
Is that nylon or?
But it's the one that was already out there.
Nylon, yeah.
It's
was
I
nylon.
know, and it was too big.
Oh, so do we need to get a bigger American flag for out at the park?
Yeah, that would be what we would have to do if it,
Yeah.
because we can't get a smaller one of those. We just
Right.
have to get a bigger American flag. But
Maybe
can
we
have
could
lots
swap
and
out,
lots of flags.
Becky, maybe we could swap out the American flag that goes in front with the one at the park.
Oh, it's pretty large out here. I don't know that that pole could,
Oh,
it would
gotcha.
overwhelm that pole.
Oh, gotcha.
I think.
That way it'd be bigger though, right? It'd be big enough.
I think it's gonna be fine. We'll make sure that it meets the right specs and all that.
We'll measure.
And if it doesn't, we'll just get another flag, regular flag, American flag. But yeah, if you could get them to hang that up, that would be awesome.
After we measure.
Write that down, they're gonna measure it.
So speaking of flags, what happened with the 250th anniversary flag? Did that ever get put up that I gave to Andy last meeting?
I don't know
Do
anything
you
about
have any
that.
idea?
No clue. I didn't know you gave him one.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the last meeting you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that went from there.
So, I have an idea for it if,
Okay.
I mean, we could hang it on the gazebo just across the front. It's not an American flag, so it doesn't have to be in a
Right.
certain, but, like where you enter up top, how
Like a
there's-
banner, yeah, yeah.
Just going straight across there, and we could either zip tie it on or staple it on.
Yeah.
But it would be nice for 250 year, just the rest of the summer to have it up there.
Mhm.
So
I
could you
can-
ask?
I'm
us
not,
to-
yeah, I'm not sure where that flag's at. Let me ask.
Should we drive by his house?
It's probably on his desk, if truth be known, but,
Yes.
yeah, that'd be awesome. We do appreciate that.
And as long as I'm on a roll here, since we have several members from council here, I don't know how often you come in the front entrance to the town hall, but we got those birds up there and they're crapping all over the place. It
Oh,
looks
gosh.
like you know what, and it just doesn't look very impressive when you walk into town hall and you see all this stuff. And they're great birds. I think they're barn swallows and they eat a whole bunch of bugs, but they need to
It's
find a
terrible
different
out
home.
there, yeah.
I know you've worked on knocking them down
Mhm.
before, but
Yep.
they're tenacious little SOBs. They just keep coming back and say, we like this place.
And it's more and more because we have like a built-in grill patio in the back of our house, that
Mhm.
is controlled. And and it seems like one of them came there and built a nest. And then like the next year,
Yeah.
they came and got another nest. And then it seems like they multiply every single year. Like if they know it's a good spot,
Sure.
it's really bad out there. Really bad.
So what
You-
is there?
You can
Yeah,
get
Rob.
bird spikes. It's probably the most effective option.
Bird
Um,
spikes.
Yeah, they have plastic or metal ones, and they're just kind of like long, almost like toothpicks that stick up from a base, and it just.
They're not gonna wanna build their nest there.
Correct.
Yeah. Good idea.
Because they stay in the nest.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't just fly in and then fly out, like, there's a nest, yeah.
Well, the whole thing is, you know, they have to be able to land there and be comfortable when they land to start the nest. So the whole entire point is to make them uncomfortable there from the get-go, so they won't.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we probably need two for both corners.
They built this on the side of the wall.
Yeah, it's like mud, and that's what they do.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you might have to, you know, there's some options. You'd have to do some research and see.
Put an owl up in there.
Yeah, I mean,
Seriously.
Yeah, we have an owl on our fireplace
hang it.
top,
Mhm.
so bats don't get in. But
They
owls-
do. Like, we have an
owls are supposed
outside fireplace, and it is absolutely, and it's overnight. Like, I kid you not, you can go walk out there, and we have our TV and it's like right behind the TV, and then you put stuff back there, and it never, and they multiply.
They do.
Absolutely multiply. Quickly.
So is there something like council would need to approve, or is this something the guys would look into?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
Just be
take this to the mayor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
It's
would
just a basic,
yeah,
Well,
basically.
I think
have
that, I
an
think we were
habitable-
waiting for the baby birds to grow and fly away, and
That's
then
always the trick. I
and
do
then
that
they
in
were
my
gonna
house,
clean
too.
it
well, they're
up.
gone now, cause mine are gone, and I had to knock the nest off.
So we can clean that up.
Yeah,
I
the thing you have to be careful of, typically with swallows, a lot of times they'll do multiple generations a year.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you think they just got their babies, and all of a sudden, a month later, there's more babies? What's
We
happening?
don't care about the nest. Take it down.
Yeah, no, well, that's what I'm saying.
Right
you
with
know.
a hose.
Yeah, take it. If you take the nest down, they're obviously not going to reuse it. So.
Gotcha.
Take it down.
I can do that here in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Give her a
I'll go
laugh.
get my power washer and my industrial leaf blower. It'll be good.
Goodness, we'll see birds flying everywhere.
Feathers only,
Cook them for chicken.
maybe.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
I will pass that to the mayor.
Yes, Mary will destroy the nest.
I don't have my calendar in front of me. I left it in my car.
For what, next meeting?
Next meeting,
Would be the 11th, August 11th.
August 11th at 1 o'clock. Are you good with that over there, Robert?
Should be.
Okay. And you started to tell us there could be some reorganization within your group.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. So there's some changes upcoming. You know, when Alistair left, they didn't refill his position. They kind of divvied up his territory. The person who ended up with Franklin County is now leaving, so they are going to refill Alistair's position, which would be Central Ohio. From what I understand, as of this point, I will continue myself, and probably and the new person will continue to see you guys through the grant period. And then at some point after the grant is done, you will transition fully to that new person.
So you get to put up with us for another year and a half, huh?
That's right.
I'm good.
For our grant.
Thank you.
You guys and Lancaster and.
So did you say, I might have missed it, that we're going back into like that Columbus group? we were in
Correct.
before?
Yeah, so it'll probably be, you know, best guess as of right now will be Licking, Knox, Delaware, maybe Morrow, Union, Madison, Pickaway, and Franklin.
Wow, that's everybody.
But again, that's best guess as of right now. Things could change. I mean, because we have that going on, and then as of right now, we have our North Central Urban Forester is interested in the position. So of course, if because she's from Columbus, so she would like to move back to Columbus. So if she gets that position, then that opens up that North Central position. Anne, who has been here a few times, she's retiring the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to open up her territory. So we really don't know what that means and whether we'll be able to replace her, because with the new administration, the likelihood is we're going to see a hiring freeze. So there's going to be a lot of fluctuations in territories and responsibilities in the next year, which is a great timing with, you know, multi-million dollars worth of grants out there floating that we have to manage. So
Phew.
I very possibly I'm going to be covering from here, south and east.
Well, good luck with that.
It all pays the same.
Well, hopefully, yep, yep. Alrighty, anybody else have any questions, concerns? Give those to Courtney.
At the last meeting, we touched on possible fundraising, sponsorship ideas, and someone threw out Field of Memories, like potential plaques for these trees.
Oh, yeah.
Just, obviously, we're probably a little ahead of the game on that. But I just wanna keep it in our mind as a potential
Yeah.
fundraising idea.
I think that was, like, we had talked about, we had, a lot of communities have, like, trees that people can buy, dedicate, and put their name or in memory of. And I think you had suggested the plaque, so there's not spread everywhere, and if that tree dies, they still are
Yeah,
on.
you know, you have a memorial grove or something, and it says, trees have been planted in honor of.
Yeah.
And then you just have a plaque with each person's name. And
Yeah,
then
like
that way, if
that.
Aunt Susie's tree dies,
She doesn't know it died, she still is on the board.
As a collective, like the collective.
Well,
Goes to it every single day.
you don't have the niece coming in and, pounding on the door and saying, hey, Aunt Susie's tree is dead, when are you gonna replace it?
Right.
So,
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing to keep in mind, because it never
Yeah.
hurts to have some.
and the other thing is, a lot of times you'll see, whether it's stone plaques or metal plaques, if they're ground level, they end up getting mulched or run over or weed eated or something, and then,
Yeah, and you
it-
gotta replace them, or.
yeah, it creates a maintenance headache, and the guys have enough to do that they don't, need to create more work for them.
It's a good reminder, so we'll definitely have to work on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Good? Okay. Good, okay, then, at 1:53, the meeting is adjourned.